Hello and welcome to another song analysis video. Today, I'm going to be doing one of my all-time favorite songs in a video game. The song we're going to be talking about today is A Life Passed On in the game Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Before we get to the analysis, I like to point out that I break this up into three categories. I do context, the musical style, and then why I think it's great. So, without further ado, let's get to those flutes and let's get to the context. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is one of my all-time favorite games. A large part of why I love this game and the other Xenoblade Chronicle games is that I love the story, I love the world or the worlds that are built in this, and most importantly, the characters are phenomenal. Noah and Mio are characters in Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and they are Offseers. Now, in this world, in this story, Offseers' purpose is to play their song to help the spirit of those who have died pass on and move on, hence the name of the song, A Life Passed On. Essentially, they bring these people to a final rest as their spirits are now moved on to whatever is next. The sad part about this is that ultimately, as one side or the other plays this song and the spirit moves on, and you see the spirit move on in a physical form in the game, that then moves to your side of the war's power. So it's kind of tragic and messed up, really. Now, without giving spoilers or anything like that, Noah and his group come across Mia and her group at one point. Now, they are enemies. They actually fight. They do not start off on the right foot, but they reluctantly come together and then they start traveling together due to story elements that I'm not going to spoil here. As they're traveling, they come across a dead soldier, and that dead soldier happens to be one of the soldiers on Mia's side of the war. So Mia pulls out her flute, and then she starts to play the song to pass on that spirit. Now, what catches her and everybody else off guard is that Noah then steps in and plays his flute as well for the enemy's dead body, for the enemy's spirit. Noah's action and the fact that they play these flutes really hits home that there aren't sides when playing this song. And now that we have the context of they walk up, they see this dead body, and they play this song together, now let's get to the song itself. This is one of the most simple songs in a game that I've come across that has really hit me hard. And what's funny is it is one of the most powerful songs that I've ever come across. The main focus are the flutes, and I would say 75 to 80% of the song is just these flutes. The flutes that are used appear to be Shinobi flutes. And a fun fact, apparently the flutes that Noah and Mio have in the game, they created and played the song with those flutes. And apparently they have names. So Noah's is the Saishin no Fue, and Mia's is the Kishin no Fue. This song is beautiful. The winding and the weaving of these two flutes is brilliant. It's magical. Honestly, it's astounding in a way that every time that I listen to this song, I deeply feel about things. Now, in the game, Mia starts the song to pass on the spirit, and then Noah joins in, and then she stops because she's so shocked, and Noah keeps playing as in like, nope, we've got this job to do. Let's give this spirit some rest. One flute typically takes the lower register, while the other flute takes the higher register. Now, honestly, I couldn't tell you if they kind of go back and forth, like if one starts at the lower and moves up the higher and then back down. I could not tell you. But I think that's also another reason why I love this so much, is that because these two flutes are very distinct, they're very separate. They both sound like flutes, of course, but they're both playing their own parts, but they weave and blend together in a way that it becomes almost one sound. And the transitions are so incredibly smooth that it's really hard to say, oh, well, this one went from a low register to a higher register or vice versa. They're just together. Then, if that wasn't enough, at the 2 minute and 20 second mark, another instrument is introduced. It sounds like it's some kind of harp of some sort, and what's cool is that the main focal point still stays the flute. So what happens is this harp comes in and then takes over the bass of the song so that the flutes can now, instead of carrying the song, it's like they're flying together in this cool tornado, this blending and this weaving above the song. I kind of view this as those spirits kind of weaving and blending, and then they kind of just go out and they disperse upward into the sky. That's kind of what these flutes, that's what this song is doing. That's what Noah and Mio are doing here. And then shortly after, to put a finality to this song, then we get the piano and the strings that step in to help further lay that foundation with the harp. And then it ends, and it just kind of ends very much like the spirits, just floating out and dissipating into the sky. There are many reasons why I think this song is great and why it's one of my all-time favorites. I do want to quote a line that Noah says: "To send off the voice of the departed is an off-seer's purpose." These flutes perfectly reflect Noah and Mia in this world. They start off as separate and at odds against each other. They're very clearly separate. And by the end of the game, as the story progresses and all of the stuff that happens, these two flutes, these two people, these two songs, these two notes, they blend into one to create something beautiful. They are opposing sides of the same coin. As they merge, you can trace back their story to this one moment in the game when they share passing on this life together. This song and the story and the characters and everything about this game really makes me think about things like death, what's after death, my life now, what am I doing now, that kind of stuff. And I think it's important to reflect on those things, how, death, how I treat others, what I'm doing with my life. And I think it's good to reflect on those every now and then. And this song evokes that feeling, and you can't help but just stop and think like, wow, this is beautiful, and wow, there's some serious things to think about in life. And that's going to wrap it up for this one. And as always, if you like this, make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. And as I always say, most importantly, comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Am I completely wrong on this? Am I right on this? Or maybe there's a song that you would like me to check out. Please comment below. Otherwise, that's going to do it. Until next time, bye.